What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the stream. It's been a minute, but let's get straight into things here, all right? We're going to be making a little bit of a change, going to be moving over to the Asia session streams for a little while. I'm going to test out the evening streams. I used to do both. I used to do only the night streams, done only the morning streams. Going back to this style for now, and yeah, that'll be that. Also, we're not going to just do the trading challenge. We'll do a couple of different kinds of things. Tonight, I'm just going to be going over a couple different pairs, breaking it down, seeing what I'm thinking, what opportunities we might have, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions or any setups, any pairs, let me know. Throw it down in the chat, and we'll take a look, all right? So right here, I have open GJ. Let's take a look. Sorry, chat, my mouse is glitching out. All right, so I want to start off by marking up some support and resistance, all right? So we got a solid level up in this area here. We do have a break of this level over here pretty recently, so we'll get to that in a minute here. You know what, this is pretty much good enough for now in terms of the support and resistance. I don't need to mark any other levels up for now. Nothing too relevant to what we're dealing with presently. So, oops. Yeah, I don't want to overly clutter up my chart. So we do have a break of this level, all right? Pretty solid resistance level previously, and we do have a break. It did come down and test this level as a support, and we see a nice bounce coming back up. So pretty much, well, first things first, I'll just say, if we can see a break below this level of now support, I can look for a sell below. All right, I need a clean break, probably a break and retest, but once we see this level of support broken, or if we see it broken, then I can start looking for a sell potentially, all right? So we'll see how that goes. I wouldn't really look for a sell anytime sooner than seeing a break of this, at least for now, right? We don't know how things will develop over the next several days, but for now, no sell really for me unless we see a break below support. And I mean, in terms of buys, we do... Sorry, the mouse is glitching here. We obviously have a strong move coming up here for a little while, so I want to be mindful of that. But that being said, it also can continue on up with that trend. So, you know, there could be opportunity in there for more of a shorter term play is probably how I would be looking at buys at this point. Other than that, maybe if we see it pull back down towards support and not break below. So if we see it pull back towards support and it breaks, I can look for the sell. But if it doesn't break, then that could, you know, open up some buying opportunities. So that's a buy I'd be more interested in than something right here. But that's just my personal style. I'm not really looking for the quick, fast play here. So if I were, maybe I would be looking more closely here. But then again, I also haven't taken a look at all the time frames, so I don't even know if this would be an optimal time. With what we're seeing here, what time is it? 7:30, just passed. Had the 30 closed. For now, I probably still would be a little bit patient if I'm looking at buying here. Yeah, it does look like we could see it pull back a little bit lower, so I want to give it a chance to maybe do that, and then I can maybe look for a buy, all right? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome back. Euro USD. Yeah, I'll pull that one up. Let's take a look. Do I have it in here? No. Gonna add this to the list. All right. Oops. Let's take a look Euro USD here. So I'm on the I'll start on the 4 hour here. Let's take a look. Okay. Got some old drawings marked up here. I'm gonna just get rid of those. Fresh start. So let's take a look. So on the 4 hour here, we're seeing it obviously moving up a little bit here over the last little while, just pretty much throughout April so far. We got some resistance up in this area, so I would be mindful of that. right? We do have some rejections up at this level here, and that's, sorry chat, my mouse is distracting me. And we're right approaching this level here of resistance right now, right? Mind you, it is going to be more of a zone, so, you know, this could be a rejection. It could pull up a little bit higher and still give us that rejection. So it's important to remember that. But yeah, this level is being approached here. If we can see a clean breakout above this level, maybe that's a buying opportunity, all right? Something along these lines. So if we could see a clean breakout, maybe a bit of a pullback, showing some nice support there, then I can look for some sort of buy, all right? Continuing on up. Actually, I'll leave that there for now. And then on the other hand, for sells, if we do see that rejection, that could lead to some sells, all right? Now, I'd have to be a little bit patient with that as per usual. We don't want to just see one quick rejection and hop into a sell, and we don't want to see just a little quick breakout and then hop into a buy, right? Things need some time to develop a little bit and get that confirmation before looking for that entry. So I would want to be a bit patient and try and wait for that as best as I could, all right? Because, yeah, like I said, rushing into that, sure, every now and then that could work out, but a lot of the time that's going to be a problem, right? If you don't have enough confirmation, you enter too early, you know, you're opening up yourself to some more risk there. So that's what I'm going to try and avoid. But if we do get that breakout above, I'll look for some buys. And if we don't get that breakout, if we see a nice solid rejection or multiple rejections, I can look for sells, all right? That's Euro USD. Chad, if you have any more pairs you want me to pull up, let me know, all right? I have a list of a few here that I've more recently looked at on TradingView. But yeah, as you guys let me know some of the pairs you want me to see, I'll add more to the list, all right? This is not the same as my old account, or maybe they didn't save, but obviously I use TradeLocker when I'm doing the challenge. This is just TradingView because we're just breaking down some charts and seeing what's going on here, which I do prefer TradingView for that. And I used to use TradingView on stream as well. So yeah, I don't know. I had a large list here. Maybe it deleted, or maybe this is a new account. I do have a couple of TradingView accounts. So yeah, GJ broke it down. Euro USD, we took a look. What else? Let's take a look at gold here. All right. So yeah, I'm on the 4 hour here still. Obviously, it's been, you know, just pushing on up for a long time, right? I want to be mindful of that as always. You know, I do usually consider gold for possible buys, you know, longer term in that sense at least. From a day-to-day perspective, that can change. Right now, it looks like we could maybe get some sells, but I wouldn't be ready to hop in a sell here just yet. And, you know, you never know. It could turn into a buying opportunity, all right? We don't have that confirmation either way yet. At least I don't for what I'm looking for here. What I'll do is I'll mark up some resistance right here. I'm just marking up relevant resistance. That's, you know, around where price is right here. So we have that. If we see a clean breakout above this level, that's when I can start to look for some buys possibly. All right. And I guess this is the same as Euro USD. Same way I broke it down, right? You can look for this kind of buy opportunity if we see the breakout. And if we see it reject here at this level, then I'd be looking for something more like this, right? Where it approaches this resistance, gives us that rejection, hop in a sell, then ideally it comes down, right? So that would be the plan here for me on gold. I kind of like the sells right now, but let's see. I'm not ready to hop in the sells just yet. It is pushing up right now. We could get a retest of this level once again, or possibly even a breakout, right? We don't have that confirmation yet. I'd rather wait, either see that breakout or see a clean rejection here once again before looking for the sell. Could maybe even mark up a trend line down here and wait for a breakout of that as well. Right? So if we get a breakout, however that may look, something like this, could buy after the pullback here if this is how that shapes up. All right? So that's pretty clean, honestly. Like I said, I wouldn't be ready to hop in here, but you know, that's not the point here anyways. We're just trying to take a look and see what opportunities we have, what we can possibly find down the road. All right? Chad, let me know. Do you guys have any more pairs you want me to pull up? I've been liking USD CAD for a while. So let's take a quick look here, all right? So I caught plenty of sells between, you know, some moves down over here and even over here as well. We do have a pullback coming up here and a little bit of a pullback coming back down. So this is what I'd be looking at for now. All right. I'll keep it on the 4 hour for now. Got some old levels. These are from way back. I don't think these are too relevant to anything recent. I think I probably marked these up a while ago because usually I'm on Trade Locker when I'm marking up this pair, but at least recently. So let me get rid of this. Actually, let me get rid of all of them and I'll just start fresh. Okay, so gonna mark up some support and resistance here, you know, formerly support and actually presently support, formerly resistance as well, right? We have a breakout coming up here. Now a pullback approaching this level once again. So if we see a breakout below this level, maybe that leads to some selling opportunity. Going down to the 1 hour time frame here. I would say that would be decent if we can see a solid breakout here. That could definitely lead to a sell. Nothing too crazy, but I'd probably be looking at a sell coming down towards some lower support, like down in this area, if we get that breakout. Now, if it doesn't want to break out, probably wouldn't rush into a buy. I think we can end up seeing it maybe, you know, range a little bit or maybe come up a little bit and pull back once again before being ready to make actually a significant move coming up. So that's kind of my thoughts on a buy. So unlikely I'd be looking for that too soon, if at all, unless obviously it sets up for that. But I just think we're more likely going to see some sort of sell setup come out of this, but time will tell, right? We're just trying to see what's going on. And as this develops, I'll have a clearer idea of whether I'd be wanting to sell or buy. And that's what I'd do. Simple as that. All right, chat? So that's the plan here with USD CAD. I'll take a look at a few more pairs. If you guys have any more, let me know. This kind of stream, I'm going to try and do them a couple times a week, mixed in with some live trading as well when I have those opportunities, especially. Otherwise, you know, I just end up kind of breaking down the pairs anyways. But yeah, we're going to be sprinkling in some live trading, some kind of analysis where I just go through a bunch more pairs and break them down. And yeah, we'll try some other things as well. But yeah, when I live trade, I'm usually not going through all of the pairs. Sometimes I will. It depends. If I'm actually have a setup that I'm looking to trade that's kind of ready for that, then I'm not usually going through as many different setups. But a session like this where I'm just hopping on and breaking down some setups, then I'll obviously be going through a list and, you know, just taking a look at quite a few. So yeah, that'll be that. Let me know if you guys have any that I haven't taken a look at that you want to see here, all right? Here's CAD JPY. All right, I'm kind of looking at this thinking we could see it push up a little bit from here. I don't think I'd really be, well, let me mark it up a little bit closer, all right? I'm actually gonna go out to the 4 hour here for a second. Yeah. All right, so, sorry chat, bear with me. The mouse is not working too well. I don't know why. Anyways, right, we had some resistance here. We got a breakout. It actually comes back down and breaks through that level. Doesn't reject here at the support, so it's not really a clean break and retest over here for a possible buy. That wouldn't have really played out if that's what I was looking for, because obviously it broke right through this level of support. And then we see it approached once again as a resistance. Struggles a little bit here and then eventually breaks through. Kind of pulls back and actually gives us that rejection at the support. And now we could be looking at a move coming up. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. If we get a breakout below support here, again, like if it were to just reverse and come down and break out, maybe I could look for a sell. I wouldn't immediately look for it, but if it gives me, you know, some sort of clean setup like this, maybe I could, you know, where we get the breakout, pulls back, you know, shows clean rejection here at resistance, then I can look for some sort of sell, and maybe that would be a good opportunity. We'll see. Right? For now, we do have a breakout coming up. So obviously we have this breakout. We have the pullback here. It's starting to make a bit of a move coming up. So what I'd be looking for here is, you know, maybe it does pull back down again, like kind of starting to do here. If it does and, you know, gives us another clean rejection, that could lead to a buying opportunity possibly down somewhere here, whether it's over here or it pulls back deeper. That's possible, all right? It also could just kind of give us a bit of a pullback like we're seeing here with this one candle and then kind of just flip and carry on up, right? Sorry, chat, my mouse is glitching out here, chat. Hold on. It's like the left click is just not working half the time. Okay. So yeah, that's my thoughts here on CAD JPY. A little bit of patience, like some of these other pairs so far. Looking to see if we get a breakout below for a possible sell, which I wouldn't prefer, but if it plays out that way, I'll look for it. And, you know, we could see a bit of a reversal here off this candle for a buy, or it could pull back, leading to a buy soonish. All right, so that's kind of what I'm keeping my eyes on for now. All right, I like to mark some things up here, like with some arrows, and then we can kind of get an idea of how this plays out, right? Sometimes I'll mark up both the sell or the buy, kind of how I would see it and look for it. Sometimes, like this one, I'm just going to kind of mark up the buy for now, because one, I kind of like that more for now. The sell's not even valid, right? We'd have to see that breakout. I do think we could see the buy setup. So let's see how this plays out. I'll revisit this, and we'll see if it gives me an opportunity, all right? Chat, I'm going to be, I know I haven't been live in a couple weeks. Honestly, the time just flies by. I'm really trying to get back into a routine with the streaming. So like I said, for now, we're going to be going with the evening streams. I will be, I'm sure, sprinkling in some New York session streams as well. But right now, this kind of just, I feel like this could fit my schedule just a little bit better with just how I'm trying to use my time. I don't know. We'll see how this goes for now, but I'm liking the evening streams. That's kind of how it all started to begin with. So we'll go back to that point, and we'll just kind of do it like we did. And yeah, like I said, we'll have a couple streams a week where it's like this, and I'm just breaking down some setups, just doing some analysis overall, taking a look. We'll have some live trading streams as per usual. And yeah, that'll be that. I'm going to try and get some more videos up for you guys as well. I know I say that a bunch, but I'm actually going to try and do it. Like, I'm always trying to do it, but the time just gets away from me, and it's, I don't know, not that easy. But, I mean, it is, but it's not to do it the way I want to do it. So anyways, no more excuses. I'll try and get out a couple videos a month. That'll be the plan to start out. And yeah, like I said, we're going with these evening Asia session streams. We'll do some live trading, some analysis, and yeah, it'll be good. Looking at crypto here, haven't been too involved in crypto for the last while, honestly, at this point. I mean, I hold it, but a lot of my crypto is just down, and I kind of just pay no attention to it at this point. I don't really know where my belief is with crypto at this point. I kind of don't believe in it too much, but then again, that's kind of how it always goes. Like, people lose their belief in it, and it goes down, and then eventually it just pumps, and you're like, oh, I should have just bought, or I should have held, you know? So who knows? For now, it's been moving down a little bit. I'm on the daily, so let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it has been coming down a little bit here. We'll see. Maybe it wants to break out and start to come back up. I kind of think we could start to see it come back down a little bit further. Time will tell, honestly. All right. I'm not really too involved with Bitcoin at all right now. Ethereum, a little bit, not so much. Like I said, I'm not emotionally involved anymore. I kind of just hold, and my shit's down. And yeah, whatever happens, happens. When it starts to really pick up, I'll pay more attention. Other than that, I kind of just rule it out and pay no mind to it. So yeah, that's that. I'll try and bring some more crypto into it though a little bit if you guys want to see some breakdowns and whatnot. Who knows? The market will change as it does, and maybe things will get a bit more interesting with that in a little while, you know? So yeah, you know, marked up a little trend line here. Maybe we get a breakout and it starts to push back up. Would be cool. I mean, I'm on the daily here, so let me actually zoom in. This little downtrend's been forming and kind of playing out for a little while, since like the end of 2025, like September, honestly. So we do finally see a little bit of a breakout happening here, at least with how I have this marked up. Wouldn't be really riding on that too heavy just yet. For me to be looking at this as a stronger breakout, I'd like to see it push up a little bit more. Maybe give us even a pullback, something more like this. You know, get a little bit more action coming up here, and then yeah, then I could see it maybe starting to actually flip, and that would be great, right? I'd love to see it. I mean, if it comes all the way up here, it'd be, you know, like doubling. So that'd be huge. We'll see what happens with that, all right? Chat, I'm going to wrap things up here with this stream shortly, so if you guys have any more pairs you want me to break down, if you guys are trading any setups or have anything going on like that, If you want me to pull it up here on the stream, let me know. All right. Here on NZD-JPY right now, we have a bit of a pullback coming up here towards some resistance like we've been seeing on quite a few of these pairs. Now, I want to see if we get this rejection and maybe see it start to come back down, and that'd be a pretty solid selling opportunity, I would say. That's kind of what we start to see happen here. But on the other hand, I want to be a little bit patient and do my best to avoid hopping in case this were to hopping in too early, I should say, in case this starts to break up. All right. If this breaks out above resistance, I'd rather not be in a sell. So I want to just give it a little bit of time here to give us a clean rejection, maybe even a second one before I look for the sell up here. All right. So that's the deal here for now. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Did I look at gold? I did take a look at gold, but I'll recap that for you. No problem. This is what I'm thinking here on gold for now. All right. More shorter term. All right. So it's been coming down a little bit. Obviously, longer term, it's been pushing up quite strong, right? It came up all-time highs not too long ago. It has come down a little bit since then. And like I said, more short term, I have this trend line marked up where it has been starting to push up back towards this resistance. If we see a breakout above resistance, maybe I could look for a buy coming up shorter term, right? That would be an okay opportunity depending on how that looks. But if we don't see it, I mean, and by the way, when I say breakout, I mean something relatively significant, like a clean breakout. Sorry about the dogs. Meaning like I don't want just a slight break above this level because for me to hop into a buy, just because that could lead to a fake out, right? It could easily pull back down. It could anytime, right? Realistically, but the chances are much higher, of a pullback below this level, a fake out, right? I should say a fake out at this resistance is definitely possible. So we want to see a cleaner break coming up higher and a pullback before I'd look for the buy. And then for the sell, I'd be looking for a breakout of the trend line. That would be some confirmation I can consider, as well as just some clean rejection here at resistance and, a reversal beginning to form here shorter term. All right. So that would be what I'd be looking for the sell. I'm really not biased towards what we do here. I'm going to mark up both. I'll get rid of this one for now. So for the sell, we want the break and retest, carry on down. We'll be looking for the sell after the retest. And for a buy, if we get a breakout, then I'd be looking for the buy after the break and retest as well. All right. That's pretty much gold for now for me. All right. I'm going to revisit this tomorrow live with you guys here on stream. Same time, like 7:30 p.m. And we'll see how things start to play out. All right. Tomorrow, I should be live trading. All right. So we'll be back to the Trade Locker live trading account challenge. And yeah, we'll have a session like that. We'll see if we have some good opportunity. All right. Yeah, no problem. All right, chat. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little stream. All right. A little bit of a different style stream here on the channel. Usually we have the longer streams where I let the charts play out and just run, and we're looking for some trades. Here, just doing some breakdown, looking at some setups and marking them up, seeing what we're expecting over the next couple days. And that's it. We're going to wrap it up after a nice quick little session here. And yeah, if you guys want to tune into these regularly, I'll be doing these a couple times a week, mixed in with the live trading. Like I said, schedule for now is 7:30 p.m. live streams. 7:30, give or take a couple minutes, possibly on certain nights. And yeah, I'll let you know if that changes. But for now, that'll be the schedule. And I'll also let you guys know if I end up live during a New York session here and there as well, because, I've streamed at that hour for quite a while. Sometimes I like to hop on early in the morning, so we'll see. All right. I'll let you guys know. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully in the next one. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Take care.